All right, so review for 4.2 and 4.3, writing equations and point slope and writing the equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. So Jordan, the one formula we need to kind of be versed with is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, so you need to be familiar with this. And now all we do is we're just going to kind of label our points. So I give you a point in the slope. So x1, y1, and all we're going to do is plug it in. So it'd be y minus 6 equals 3/2 times x minus -2. But we all know two negatives make a positive, so I just simplify that out. Pretty easy, right? Pretty straightforward. Harshan, pretty straightforward. Okay. With number 5, again, we'll label it x1, y1. Okay, we'll write y minus 5, that equals 4/3 times the quantity of x minus 6, and that's it. There's no simplifying need to be done there. How do you guys feel about that? You're like, I hope it's that easy. It is. I'll give you guys a second to copy it down. They were good animal practice this morning. Liam, tell me what it means for two lines to be parallel. Liam?
When they're on a graph and they're going next to each other.
Okay, they are next to each other. So you're describing the geometric version. So they're next to each other. AJ, can you expand upon that? They need to have the same slope. So parallel means same slope. So that means I want to identify my slope here, which is 2/3. Okay. So I'm going to take my slope. I'm going to write m equals 2/3. I'm going to take my point, which is 3/9. Okay. I'm going to label my point x1, y1. And I'm just going to substitute it in. So I have y minus 9 equals 2/3 times x minus 3. Is that what you got, Sophie? Right, again, parallel, same slope. So identify my slope. It's the number next to the x. Okay. I'm going to label my points x1, y1. I'm going to substitute in. So y minus -3 equals 7/4 times x minus -4. Now with this one, I want to clean it up. Two negatives make a positive. So I'm just going to rewrite this as y plus 3 equals 7/4 times the quantity of x plus 4. Now, on your task, you will be expected to simplify that stuff. Okay? So if you leave it as minus and negative, it's not really simplified. So you're going to be expected to do that. All right? Drew, you okay? Yeah. All right. Perpendicular. Andrew, what does perpendicular mean? Andrew? Okay. What about Nate?
Yeah.
What does perpendicular mean?
Aren't they opposite reciprocals?
Very good. Opposite reciprocals. Right, Drew? Yeah. All right. So that means, again, I need to identify my slope. But this time, I need to make it positive, all right, because it's negative, so I'm going to make it the opposite. And then I'm going to flip it. So 5/2. Notice this one's positive, that one's negative. This one is 5/2, and that one's 2/5. And I'm going to take the point 12/4. I'm going to label it. I'm going to substitute it. So I have y minus 4 equals 5/2 times x minus 12. Not much I have to do with that. You guys okay? No questions? All right, again, perpendicular. Opposite reciprocals. Identify your slope. That's 14/5. So I'm going to make it opposite. That's going to be negative. And I'm going to take the reciprocal. That's 5/14. So now we have the point -7, -3. So I'm going to label it x1, y1. All right, and then I'm going to plug it in. So I get y minus -3 equals -5/14 times x minus -7. Angela, what do I need to remember to do? Angela?
Simplify.
Yeah, I got to simplify by changing the two negatives to a positive. So that's going to make it y plus 3 equals -15/14 times x plus 7. We all good? This is how the questions will look and read on like a Keystone exam or your SAT. It'll just say, bring the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the point P and is parallel to the line. Okay, with this, again, what we're going to do is we're going to use our point slope, and then we are going to convert it from point slope to slope-intercept. So first things first, Harshan, we identify our slope, which is what? -2. And it says parallel, which means what, Harshan? Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, Harshan, is I'm going to start out by using the point slope form. So I'm going to write y minus -3 equals -2 times x minus 2. You okay with that, Harshan? And now it says slope intercept form, which means I need to take this and get y by itself. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute that -2. So that gives me y plus 3, because two negatives make a positive, equals -2x plus 4. Sophie, you okay? Yeah. And then I simply subtract 3. So y equals negative 2x plus 1. And that's my final. Hope, doing all right? Okay. The last question I got for you guys is this. It says perpendicular. Hope, so what's my slope? 3. Now, the one thing you might want to do is before you box that in, make it 3/1. If it's a whole number, make it 3/1 when we're talking about perpendicular, so that when I flip it, I have the slope of negative 1/3. I just find it makes your life a little bit easier. So I'm going to label my point x1, y1. I'm going to substitute it in, so I get y minus 5 equals negative 1/3. And then we're going to have x minus negative 6. 2 negatives make it positive. All right, so I'm going to distribute this in. Y minus 5 equals negative 1/3 x. And then that's going to be negative 2. Add 5. Y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. Any questions? Do you feel pretty good about this, Samara Jordan? It's nothing too fancy. Okay. All right.